I'll take your 6 figures and raise it $1 million. I'll take your 6 figures and raise it $1 million. I'll take your 6 figures and raise it $1 million. Okay, let's break it down. That's a bold statement. And we're not playing poker. But there's always a gamble in life and whatever you do. So what a good poker player does, or individuals who are in that realm, for example, blackjack or whatever, one of the things they do is they take calculated risks. The great ones. Everything is calculated to strategically put them in a position to win. So you got to look at this calculated risk. You got business funding. There's no guarantee, but a lot of individuals who look like you have already gotten it. Got credit restoration. There's no guarantee, but a lot of individuals just like you have gotten great credit scores. There's no guarantee about the information and the knowledge. There's no guarantee, but a lot of individuals are utilizing our system to change their focus with their knowledge and their strategies and their resources, and it's changing their lives overnight. Option trading, we've already started that process. We've all been through it. We got $50,000 off our $2,500. Now we're going to restructure it and get a whole new group of individuals in. Day Trading Investment Club already have documentation of individuals who are getting 5%, 10% to 20%. And it's considered a conservative investment. But it's risk. That's what investors do. Setting people up so they can set up down payments for units. You can do it for your home, but units. Well, we already know about the real estate industry. You just got to find the right product. And we're even setting that up as well, where product will be made available, not now, but in the near future. All these things are risks, but they're calculated risks. But guess who else are risks for us? You're a risk. Because we've set up a system that's going to put a lot of time, energy, and money into 300 individuals. And we're taking a risk that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. Are you going to really focus and empower your mind? Because that's the key. The whole key to this program is your mind. And you really believing you have the ability to manifest anything you desire. Because if you don't have that, it's going to be hard for us to help you. But the good news is we even help you get the desire by teaching you the techniques on how to develop desire. A technique where you can plug anything in you want. This technique I'm giving you, I utilize it for water filters, I utilize it for skincare, I utilize it for herbal products. I sold all those products and was one of the best in the company at doing it. Same system I utilized after I was functionally depressed, lost everything, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially, and finally I got my mindset together. And I decided to go after it. I think within 3 years I became vice president. Before I left, my business was doing $6 million a year. If I was still there, I'd probably be 20, 25 mil a year right now. I believe, anyway. Took it from ground level, where I was diagnosed as functionally depressed, and then flipped it where I just decided I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I just flipped the switch. But I went back to the techniques that got me the success, and the techniques of the 13 principles. I'm thinking Grow Rich. Then we add different components of individuals who are successful. You know, whether it's Bob Proctor, Reverend Ike, individuals like Stephen Covey, Ken Blanchett, Brian Tracy. I'll give you an example. Brian Tracy was the one who really motivated me about actually writing my affirmations down every day. Not just reading them, but actually writing a number of them. Not just one, but a number of them. Because he said he does 10, so I decided I have to double him and do 20. But I know it works. What I'm teaching, then I've taught many individuals these techniques and set up a system, a mini system to hold them accountable. Now I don't have a mini system. I got a system that's a major system. It still have to nurture it. We still have to structure it. We still have to organize. It's going to take about 12 months to get where we want to get to. For example, we made some upgrades and we were told they're supposed to be ready by the end of this month, but we're finding out we might need another 2 weeks, but it is what it is. But it's structured it's been restructured. The credit restoration process in the back has been restructured. The advanced program, which wasn't available, that price has been restructured where it was $5,000, now it's 15. And everything is being structured to be centered around the 660 second chance program. I mean, we are focused on helping people get a second chance. We are dedicated on helping people get a second chance. Sure. So the whole key is, thank you, Mr. Nickens. The whole key is we are deadly serious. And then obviously to reach the ultimate goal, which is billions of dollars in funding. So we can't have people who are afraid to get their hands dirty a little bit, what I mean, meaning get out into the community and give people this money. People who are qualified or individuals who want to be qualified. We've really are fine-tuning this thing, man. This is launch year. Don't look for perfection, look for direction. Say, okay, yeah, we launched it, now they gotta adjust it, they gotta structure it, but Mr. C is always moving forward. If you notice this, I'm always working on making it better, making it stronger. You understand? That's what you do this year. This is the year you do it, and the second year as well. Not as much as the third year, you're making adjustments, and not as much on your fourth year, but this first 2 years. And we're focused, I'm telling you, this system is set up to have 300 people make 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures or more. That's the way the system is set up. That's the way the system is set up. And it's set up based on the 13 principles of Think and Grow Rich. I'm telling you. So we are teaching the true essence of desire. We are teaching the true essence of faith. We're teaching the true essence of autosuggestion. And the rest of the principles. This is how you make money. And this is the hardest part, especially for people of color to see, because we're so focused on what we physically see. We're not focusing on what we see mentally, which is the key. And you know this. It's not like what I'm telling you don't know. You see it everywhere. In reference to books, in reference to seminars, in reference to watching Oprah, in reference to Tony Robbins, in reference to all the individuals who are out there, Les Brown, they all say the same thing. It's not like Mr. C is some guy. We're just one of the few infrastructures that have it where you can create income within the infrastructure. Think about it. It's mindset, and instead of just sending you out there, we have a community where you can create income, where you can learn while you earn, while you're learning how to get your mind together and how to create money, because we're investors. So that gives me a ticket just to totally focus on creating money. Teaching you how to love money, teaching you how to have a relationship with money, teaching you all the things that people told you not to think about, but also those people are broke. It's the love of money. No, you need to love money. You need to love money. You need to love money. Okay, I'm an investor. If you're an investor, don't love money, you're in the wrong business. Go, be a teacher, college professor. But if you're an investor and you don't love money, you're in the wrong profession. You're in the wrong place. This is the wrong place for you to be. And some of you, it's hard for me to even hear me say that because you think something's wrong with it. I didn't say love it more than your family. I didn't say love it more than your creator. I didn't say love it more than your family. I didn't say love it more than you, but you need to love money. Love needs to be in that conversation with money. That's like when you see a great pair of shoes, I love those shoes. Or when you have your basketball team, I love the Lakers, I love the Patriots. I love this pen. You can say I love a pen, but you're afraid to think about it. You can say I love a pen, but you got an issue with saying you love money because you're afraid of what people are gonna say. I don't care. I don't care who's on this phone hearing me. It don't matter. I love money, okay? Some of you need to have a very special conversation in your bathroom and look in the mirror and keep saying, I love money. I love money. I love money. I love money. You know what the crazy part about it is? For a lot of you, it's so difficult to do. Well, how are you going to attract something you don't love? Think about that. If you understand the true essence, the power of vibration, watch this. This is going to trip you out. Mr. Nickens, mindset coach, what is love in reference to the level, words or a feeling that creates a vibration? How many, sexual transmutation might be right there. So what's higher than love and sexual transmutation?
There is nothing higher.
There ain't nothing higher.
There ain't nothing higher.
Ain't nothing higher.
And that's powerful.
So if you want the two most powerful, and if you've been around me, you understand what I say, the two highest level of vibration that you can take is sexual transmutation and love. Ain't nothing higher. Now, I might miss one, but ain't nothing higher. That means in the world of the law of attraction, as we call it, the financial universe law of attraction, to attract finances to you. And if you do believe in the law of attraction, you got to believe in the law of attraction. If you don't believe in the law of attraction, then this conversation is void. So you do got to believe in the law of attraction. More specifically, but understand there are many different laws, and I don't have time. So it's not just the law of attraction, just everything. But there is the basis, foundation to simplify the understanding. It's deeper than just the LOA. Because you got the financial universe law of attraction, you got the knowledge law of attraction, you got the sexual law of attraction, the love law of attraction. Not love of money, but a love in a variety of different things. There's so many, it's like the law, you reap what you sow. The law of you reap what you sow. Cause and effect. There's so many laws that will attract. Specific laws that will attract. So when you say law of attraction, it's a broad brush. You got to dig deep. Like, I'm part of the financial universe law of attraction. We attracting money. That's the team I'm on. I'm on the other teams too. Don't get me wrong. But in reference to creating income, I'm a laser beam focused on the Faloa. Laser beam. And one of the ways you know you're laser beam focused, you want to know when you are laser beam, you are on this like white on rice focus. Ain't no doubt about it in your mind. People, when you say this, they gonna know what team you on. They're gonna say, oh, you're on that team? For real? When you can say, I love money, you have clearly identified what team you on. Ain't no doubt. Most people ain't going to be on your team. But also most people, you ready for this, Rodney?
Bring him, Mr. C. Bring him, Mr. C.
Most people ain't rich. So they ain't supposed to be on your team. Oh, I'm getting ready for the 27th. Mr. C is ready, getting ready. You see, I'm getting ready. I'm throwing jabs already. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting people.
You doing like Ali did the foreman. You hit them and talking to him.
I'm going to talk to you.
That's hard as you can hit George.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, they're going to say, yeah. That's what team you on? And they're going to be upset that you on that team. But the bizarre thing, the most people are upset that you on their team. On that team, they ain't on the team because they broke.
Mr. C, they got a saying, misery hates company. But it hates to lose company, too.
It hates to lose company. I'm just being real. Think about it. All the people, they don't see people miss stuff. They miss the big picture. They miss the real saying. Or they miss the concept. They think it's like a simple thing, like a saying that they used to have. Good things come to those who wait. Have you heard of that, Mr. Nickens? Mm-hmm. But there's another piece to that people don't deliver. Just like there's not another piece to loving money. They're not delivering. You shouldn't love it more than your family. You shouldn't love it more than your creator. They're not delivering that piece. Mm-mm. They're just delivering. You shouldn't love money or love money. You know, it's cut and dry. Well, just like that, it's not cut and dry to also good things come to those who wait. Because what was left out was good things come to those who wait, but what's left over from those who hustle. So that was left out.
Say that again, Mr. C.
Good things come to those who wait, but only what's left over from those who hustle. So they forgot that piece.
And that's a very important, vital piece.
That's an important, vital piece. So people got bamboozled in not understanding, and it's really, be honest with you, it's not even just, you might think money that's related here in the United States, it's just currency. So like people say when they're going to change, well, they're going to change the currency of the United States. It don't matter. I love whatever currency they're going to do that's going to allow me to invest. It don't matter.
That's right, Mr. C, because the subconscious don't know if it's all it knows is the currency.
Oh, it don't know nothing about the currency. It don't know nothing about what you put in it.
That's right.
So what are some of the currencies, Mr. Nickens?
Oh, Mr. C, you got the euro.
Hold on. I can put that in my head, can I not?
Oh, yes, you can.
Okay, give me another one.
You got the yang.
I can put that in my head, can I?
Yes, you can.
Okay, what's the next one?
You got the pound.
I can put that in my head, can I?
Uh-huh. Everybody know about the dollar.
The dollar. I can put, so it don't matter what the currency is.
And the new one.
What's that?
No.
Oh, I can put cryptocurrency. It don't matter. See, don't get caught up. If sometimes I do get a little frustrated, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, don't get caught up in what you see. Get caught up in the bigger game. It's a bigger game. It's the mind game. And it don't matter what it is. You got the ability to create anything you want. Like people say, you got to hurry up and get into this deal, Mr. C. I can create it. Whatever you showed me, I can look at it and recreate it. Why? Because everything on this planet, nothing's been created, nothing's been destroyed. So just like you have one, there's one right behind it. And probably the one I'm looking at is better than yours because now that I put it in my head, I can put it like I want it bigger and better. I am and I have a service of A, B, C, D that's bigger than X, Y, Z. So it don't matter. I don't miss out. Now, does this work 100% for everything? No. But they call it having more wins than losses in business. Ain't no one perfect because we all emotional. Every person's emotional. It's like a quarterback in the NFL. Tom Brady plays quarterback. He's won Super Bowls, got 6 rings. But Tom Brady has thrown some interceptions because when was back there in the pocket, he had to make a split decision and it was the wrong one. You ain't going to be right all the time. But you need to be right most of the time. Especially when it's crunch time. Now, give him the ball with 2 minutes left, and he's down 3 points, and he's got to go 80 yards down the field. Ain't no one better. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, he ain't going to make no mistakes. It's fact. It's documented. That's what successful people do. When it's crunch time and they got to make it happen, they make it happen. And what they do is they play the game. They ain't ready for this, Rodney, but I'm going to give it to them. Every successful people plays the game in their mind before they play on the field. That's the field of investing, real estate, option trading, days trading. Come on now. And giving people the money. I'm going to teach people how to play the $10,000 a month game mentally before they go on the field. What? Wait.
Ready with that $10,000 already.
Oh, on the 27th, I'm going to teach you how to play this game before you go out on the field. Just like Michael Jordan, he played every game mentally before he got on the court. And he put something big. I'm going to teach you what Mike used to do. He learned this from Phil. He learned this also from the books that Phil Jackson, when I say Phil, I mean Phil Jackson recommended. A strong component of Michael Jordan was he used to create emotion to beat you. And say, what do you mean? Well, the key factor to when you have the desire, you have to, and you have an affirmation, you put emotion behind it. That's why we say love and sex are strong emotions. So he had to put emotion behind his basketball game. So he would look for things that you would do to make him mad. But he had controlled anger. Or that would bring up his competitive spirit. That's what it really was. Because he had a competitive spirit and he wanted to be competitive every day. And he loved to win. So he did things that created the emotion of winning. Something as crazy as stepping on his shoes. Something as crazy as looking for you to say something before the game, like when somebody interviews you. Any little thing that would get him pumped up to destroy you. And it didn't take much. He already had it in his DNA. Oh, he used to love people who used to talk trash to him. Oh, that was an easy one for him. That was easy. But that's what successful people do. They get a desire, they put an emotion behind it, and it doesn't matter what it is. You put the will, you initiate the vibration, you initiate the frequency. Everybody knows it, but this is the problem. It's too easy to get off track. It's too easy to get off track to not do your affirmations. It's too easy to get off track not to read every morning. I'm going to break it down of what you should read in the morning and the evening to make 10 grand a month. There'll be no doubt after the 27th, when you leave, you will have the formula to make $10,000 a month. But that same formula, I told you, I use that same formula to make that type of money with skincare, to make that type of money with water filters, to make that type of money with herbal products. It's not the product, it's the formula. Now, I was blessed for whatever reason. God gave me the will and the desire to do affirmations on a consistent basis, to read the books, to get up in the morning and look at my blue cards and look at them at night before I go to bed, and to do the things that the 13 principles say do. I was like, I'm making $18,000 a year, $48,000 in debt, single father, custody of my daughter. Whatever I'm doing ain't working. I'm watching people who do this in my circle. I had a circle that did this. And we motivated each other, we inspired each other. Everybody had their own office, and in everyone's office, we all had Think and Grow Rich on the display table with the services. I mean, there was only one book. You might see me bring the memo. You will see me bring the memo. You will see me bring Robert Kiyosaki, The Four Quadrants. I'll bring the books to the seminars. But back in the day, we only had one the book. Now, it's not like we didn't read other books, but in reference to display, there was only one book we displayed. And I was Think and Grow Rich. Why? Because the owner wants us to focus. So you can read what you want, but I want you to see this book every day. You do a presentation. And also as part of the presentation. And one statement was, in the book you're going to see, how did it go? Napoleon Hill interviewed an in-depth study on millionaires and billionaires. See how I go into recall?
That subconscious ain't no joke, Mr. C.
Goes in millionaires
there.
and billionaires. And one statement by J. Paul Getty: it's better to get 1% of 100% of the efforts than 100% of your own. See, I just remember every day we did that presentation, bro. And every day we picked up Think and Grow Rich. Every day. I mean, every day. Obviously, we went to the office every day because we did presentations every day at the office. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you. And that philosophy, let's not get it twisted, $300 million in business in 5 years. #1 fastest growing private health company in America. We started with water filters, and they stepped interjecting other services. Didn't matter about the product. It mattered about the mindset. So I know how to build it. Same thing when I went to the next company. Same thing when I was helping people. They were bringing in cashier's checks. I'm like, you got to get your mindset together. But it's funny, people who make money understand that. It's almost like, if you're going to have a wealth coach, their first thing is, how are we going to get my mindset together? See, people with money look for that. That's an intangible they look for. All people know, but a lot of people. I had a lot of clientele, and most of them understood how important their mindset. We talked about books that they read. We talked about where who their mentors were, the different philosophies, and my goal was just to make sure that their banks were set up. That was my goal, but I put the mindset to go with it because the mindset had to do with the banks. I told you, I've been doing this for quite a long time, since 2002. I was taught by one of the baddest cats in the game, who gave it to me. And we put a fine tuning. Now we got this wealth coach program. That means it's been expedited. And we've added the electronic, and we've put more juice on it. Like when you go, what you're going to see soon, it says 660, but it's going to say 660 funding program. When you reach 660 across the board, it's going to light up. That's the goal. It's going to be there now, but eventually it's going to light up. It's going to notify everybody. And as we meet with the Wealth Blueprints, we're going to talk about even some strategic things to expedite it. One of them I already gave it to you earlier, so it's your choice. So you're taking calculated risks on each investment, but they're risk based on what other people have already done. And that's what you look for as an investor. At least have your circle of friends who are going through what you're going through. So not only are you earning while you're learning, you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. So you're doing both. See, when I teach you how to make this 10 grand a month, this is how important it is. And give you the system, and give you the support, and give you the tools. If you listen to what I said, what I've learned, I've been able to go into other companies or implement other programs or implement in other systems, or learn, like when I learned about being a business funding advisor, where it was my own company, but the same techniques. And I did real estate investing, but the same techniques on how to find REOs and short sales, how to find them in places where most people couldn't find them. This technique that helped me find properties in Beverly Hills, and Rodney, you ready? Helped me find properties in Compton.
CPT in the house.
It's this principle, the 13 principles. I'm telling you. Now, you have a system that's built on the 13 principles. You're in a system that was built on the foundation of the 13 principles and then sprinkled all the other stuff. But the bricks, the foundation of this house is the 13 principles based on Think and Grow Rich. And it works. So when we say 660 to 6 figures, we know that the potential, the odds are higher. Ready for this, Roddy? The odds are higher that they're going to reach 6 figures doing this than they are at their jobs. But this is the good news. You can keep your job and don't transition to at least you making $2,500 a month. Matter of fact, I would, if you ain't making 25, I'll say don't leave. Why? Plus, if you're smart, I'll show you how you can utilize your job, and your exit strategy is crazy. Because there's certain, right now in the industry, when it does transition and it goes down, keeping your job is the best move. Keeping your job and being an investor, it's going to be a lot of hours. But you don't leave until the economy switches and goes up, unless you just have to. And for some people, they will. And some people, they just, no, I don't care, Mr. C. What I got, they killing me. So I get it. But there's a strategy to be working and then utilize this and make $25,000 to $5,000, $10,000 a month. You got to bust your butt. But this money that I'm teaching you is not, this $10,000 is worth $1 million. To be honest with you. That's why I say for your $100,000, I'll raise it $1 million. For your $100,000, I'll raise it $1 million. And what I mean is, when you stop making this type of money in this way that we're going to teach with affirmations, with auto-suggestion, with desire, with frequencies, with your job ain't teaching you all that. It's saying come to work, do what we tell you to do. Is that a vibration? Yes, that's a very small one. And yes, it's the American way. Because think about it. They wanted to have America be successful by not having to think. And they've done a great job. They have. A lot of people earn decent incomes. They've been able to raise their families. They've been able to get Social Security for many, many years. But that game has changed. We're still playing the old game, where people who had jobs, live the American dream of a house, car, going to PTA meetings and all that. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But that game is gone. Remember when Mom used to be able to stay at home while Dad went to work?
And cook those biscuits, Mr. C?
Cook.
Boy.
If you haven't noticed, those days been gone.
Long gone.
We're still selling that. And then obviously black people weren't receiving that American dreams with homes because they were discriminated against. I get it.
Redlining.
Redlining, I get it. But for the most part, so that means were we really even playing in the game? You catch what I'm saying? So how, we're so bamboozled to try to play in a game that we never really played. Now, does that mean people weren't living the American dream? That's not what I'm saying. See, that's what I mean. People taking things literally. But I don't believe we were given a fair shake, like Rodney said, with redlining and all the other things that were stopping us. It's like, why are you going to try to stop us? If we ain't all that, why you got to create things like redlining and things like that? Because in order to be in those communities, you had to have good credit, right, Rodney?
That's right.
You had to have a job, right?
That's right.
No bank ain't just giving to you, but they're saying, yes, even though you got a job, and even though you are making enough money, you can't live with us.
You can only live right here.
You got what I'm saying? So it's not fair. Yes, some people broke through and some people lived in those neighborhoods, but They stopped communities. And it's different now. It is definitely different, but it's the same. It's just a different way to deliver. That's why I promote advocate, and it's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's a people of color thing. Because if somebody suffers, we all suffer. So, what time is it, Mr. Nichols? So I'm going to go over here to the board. Let's fool around with some simple. Is the board ready, Mr. Nichols? Let's talk.
Well,
I'm going to give you a little.
Mr. C and his sidekick is creeping.
We creeping. I'm going to give you a little taste of what I'm going to give you on the 27th. But I'm trying to tell you, be on time. If you haven't bought your ticket, you need to go get it. 99. I promise you don't need to miss this one. This is one when you come to Wealth Launch Seminar, aka the training, and you stay consistent for the rest of the year with affirmations, just for the rest of the year. Just go for the rest of the year. Go when you can say 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year, and then evaluate your results. Just evaluate where you are mentally, where you are emotionally, where you are physically. It ain't even a year. Just go to Wealth Launch and just do this for the rest of the year. That's it. And then we'll reevaluate. But I know what you're going to say. Thank God I did this. So you really want to be able to go 3 or even 4 years with me. Think of it as a 4-year course if you really want. 3 years, in 3 years, the results is going to be crazy. In 24 months, in 12 months, in 9 months. There are going to be people before we go into 2020 who are going to be right on track to making 10 grand a month. I already know. There's some people may even listen on this call. You're going to be on track to make 10 grand a month. If you get to 10 grand in 1 month, Rodney, are you on track to making 10 grand a month?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see? Are you on track to make $100,000 a year?
Yes, sir.
See? The math don't lie. It ain't got nothing to do with the product. It has to do with your mindset. Now, this is the great thing. You are giving a service that most people want. That's the good part. Now, let's throw in the service. So I always said it ain't the service, it's the mindset. But now the second part, so you put the service before the mindset. When you put the mindset, when it don't matter what the service is, I can make 6 figures. That's the attitude you got to have. Now, let's put the service of giving people money in there. That's got to be at the top of the list of what everybody wants. So if you're going to be at the top of the list of a service, it's cool to have a service that the majority of people want. It's a currency. Let's see if the majority of people want it. Does Japan have a currency, Mr. Nichols?
Yes, sir.
What other places have currencies?
You got Europe, you got China, you got... Every place has a currency, Mr. C.
Exactly.
Everywhere.
So we're having people be part of the currency game, meaning money. Now, those other services are there. There are many of those other services that are there too. But watch this. Ready, Mr. Nickens?
Come on.
Don't all those services cost money?
Come on.
So if you want to attract something, isn't it awesome to be in, like if you sell water filters for money, you're attracting water filters and money, right? You get that energy. But how about if you're just money to money?
Money to, I like the way that sounds.
Money to money. So what you've done is you've eliminated the middleman. Now, we got newsletter, that's the middleman, that's a service, there's services we got. But this 660 is money to money. I'm helping you qualify for money, and I make money by helping you qualify for money. I make money by helping you to qualify for money. So what is the service? Money. So if the service is money, that means your frequency of money has just gone up.
Mr. C, I love money.
I love money too. My frequency is up.
All the way up.
Nothing can stop us.
We're all the way up.
Okay, here we go. You know why I put this right here, Mr. Nickens?
Why is that, Mr. C?
It's complicated. See that right there?
I see it.
It's really not complicated. But we make it what?
Complicated.
It's really not complicated. Let me show you how not complicated it is. Now, the average client.
Hold on, Mr. C. So if y'all still on the conference call line and y'all want to get this visual, you better go to MavetTV.com.
Thank you.
www.MavetTV.com.
Sorry. I should have said that.
It's all good.
But you on your game. I'm going to move my speaker over here. Because they said last time they couldn't hear me for the people who did stay on.
All right.
So this is not complicated. On the 27th, I'm going to show you in detail how complicated that it's not. This is not complicated. At first, it might seem like it is, but it really isn't. This is not complicated. Attracting money is not complicated. I'm going to keep telling you that until finally you say it's not. This ain't complicated here. So we got 30,000 here. Somebody, this is the yearly income. Make sure I take a picture of this so I can remember this is what I'm going to deliver at the trade. Because I want to deliver. This is not complicated. This is not what, Rodney?
Complicated.
This is not complicated.
It is not complicated.
This is not complicated. So 30,000, the average person is going to get double, so it would be 60, but I'm going to just do 50. I'm not going to do 60, I'm just going to do 50, because this ain't complicated. It's not complicated. Keep saying it. It's not complicated. No, it's not complicated. It's not complicated to make 10 grand a month. It's not complicated to make 10 grand a month. It's not complicated to make 10 grand a month. It's not complicated to make 10 grand a month unless we make it complicated. Meaning, I can't, I won't, I got fear, I got doubt, I got skepticism. Now it's complicated. That's what makes it complicated. But when you don't have those things, then it's not complicated. Because you have the ability to create whatever you want. Because if you put whatever you think about in your mind, whatever you think about in your mind, it'll manifest. So if you don't put it in your mind, then it ain't going to manifest. And if you're not putting in your mind, you say you want it, then it went from not complicated to being complicated. But it's not complicated. When you do module number 2, it's not complicated. When you do module number 3, it's not complicated. When you do your production sheet every week, it's not complicated. When you're on every morning and you hear Mr. C call your name, affirmation completed, it's not complicated. When you do the 12-5 success process, I am and I have 2 a day that brings financial freedom my way. I am and I have the I am creator in me I seek by going to 3 events a week. It's not complicated. Meaning if you spend time working on your mind, well, mind has to do with memorization. Memorization works on your mind because whatever you memorize, you stick into your mind. But when you don't have time to memorize money, that's when it gets complicated. When you have time to memorize money, then it's not complicated. So that means the only one who's making this complicated is you, not me, because I know what we do works. Why? Because it's built on the 13 principles of Think and Grow Rich. Which is documented, of having people of all races and all colors throughout the world, translated in almost all the different languages. So it's not just national, it's international, where they got other currencies. Let's see if they're going to mute that. Okay. So that means this strategy worked within other companies that have other currencies. So when I validate what I'm saying, go check for yourself. How many people got books that are validated, self-help books in other countries, validated in creating wealthy people? Individuals who are wealthy and rich. Ain't many. But this is not complicated. So 30,000, 50,000 instead of, so let's say this is your client. This is your client. They make 30, they make 50, they make 100, they make $200,000 a year. They make 30, they make 50, they make 100, they make $200,000 a year. The goal of the 660, we're going to put second chance right here. The goal of the 660 Second Chance program, and it's really funding program, but we just call it 660 Second Chance funding program, is to help each one of these individuals with this simple theoretical example. This is a simple theoretical example. We're going to throw a disclaimer on this one. Simple theoretical example. Individuals making 30, 50, 100, 200. This is not complicated. It's not complicated. Yearly income, net, not gross, but net. The goal is to double whatever your income is. Really, yes, 30 and 30 is 60, but the average is 50,000, so we started at 50. We started at 50. So 50 times double is 100. 100 times double is 200,000, meaning if you make 100,000, the goal is to double what you make. That's the goal, double what you make. So that's why we got 100,000, 200,000. That's why we got 200,000 to 400,000. All right? So you help somebody in the community, whether it's somebody who's qualified now or somebody who might be qualified 3 or 4 or 5, 6 months from now. And let's say they get 50,000. Well, 1% is $500. $500. $500. $500. $500. $500. $500. Okay? It's not complicated. 50,000, 100,000, 1%. You just made $1,000. 100,000, 200,000, double it. 1%, just make 200,000. 200,000. Double that 400,000, you just made $4,000. All you did was 3 things to make this money. You brought them to the site and helped them get their credit scores. Number 1. We said, yes, we feel there's 5 steps to being qualified. You've got to go through 3 pre-qualification steps. The last step is when it will be determined whether you're qualified or not. But by the time you get there, or anyone gets there, there's a 90% chance that they're going to be qualified because of the things they got to do to go through the pre-qualification. Number one, you go to mycemn.com, you click the loan tab, then you click another tab. Once you get to the page, it'll take you to Dream Vision Nation. You read the site to them, see if they pre-qualify. They click one button. When they click the button, they leave their information, they leave your information. They go to another page, they click another button, and then an electronic signature program will pop up. They put their email address, then they go to their email. From there, the document pops up. It'll be revealed. There'll be 2 credit reporting bureaus they can go to. They go get their scores. If they see 660, 660, 660, 660, 660, 660, ding, 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 ding.
You qualify.
You qualify, or you pre-qualify.
There you go. That's it.
You pre-qualify. So now the ball's rolling. This $500 just got brighter. It just got brighter. You know what I'm saying? So then we go in within 72 hours, we'll notify them. We'll say, yes, send in your documents. Now we email a link, but they got to click and upload their documents. But also we're going to email you to let you know it's your responsibility. Let them know, hey, your link is there. Think about it. Your job is to make sure that they understand the link is there and that they upload their docs. They're doing the work. You're reminding them to do the work. You got to love that. You ain't uploading the docs. They're uploading the docs. All you got to do is remind them, hey, look, upload those docs because you know you got this out there. Then once they upload the docs and we evaluate it, then we send them an application. We let you know because they have to sign the application. So you got to let them know, sign the application. You got to get that application in and set an appointment. So they do 2 things. They got to get the application in. They got to set an appointment for a compliance call. So there's a system we're setting up where it'll be ready by the 27th. They'll go to a certain place, they click it, and then they'll show the appointments. We'll do the appointments 2 and sometimes 3 times a week. And we'll do group appointments, group of 5, no more than 5. So you got to make sure they get to the appointment. 3 steps. Number 1, make sure that you take them to the site and you see for 660. Number 2, make sure they get the docs. And number 3, they send in their application and make an appointment for a compliance call. So they get the app. As soon as they get it, there's going to be a link for them to make an appointment. So there's going to be, in the email, there's going to be 2 links. One with their application and one there was appointment. Now, if they don't get their application to us, by the time they get to their appointment, they got to reschedule because we got to have the application. So now we take over, we communicate with them, we tell them what the program is about, and right there we set an appointment. For the final step was with the underwriter coordinator who will ask them some questions. And after those questions have been asked, they'll get approved. So we got to prep them for the questions that are going to be asked, which we're still learning. So once the questions have been asked, it's validated, they are who they validated, they'll give them the amount of money that they're going to get. This got really bright now, Rodney. That got really bright right now.
Yes, indeed. 500.
Then all of a sudden, boom. As you know, we get paid between the 3rd and 5th. You got $500. Now, watch this. Let's say in the volume month, this ain't complicated. You do it 2 times. Times 2. That's $1,000 you just made. $1,000 you got coming to you. Now you do it 5 times. That's $2,500 you got coming to you. How about that? Do it 10 times within a volume month. That's $5,000. This ain't complicated. And if you do it 20 times, ding, 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 ding. $10,000 that month. 10 grand. I'll show you how to establish 2 businesses a day, how to go to different events where people are looking for you. If you go to business events, most people who go to business events, guess what they're looking for? Their opportunity of knowledge of that particular event, and they're looking for money. And you walk in to take care of their second need, which is money. And because you are loving money, you having relationships with money, you feeling good about money, your affirmations about money, you know what your goals are, you're going to attract those people to you. They're going to chase you. And then we have the corporate accounts we can set up. How about nonprofit organizations, groups that are looking for fundraisers? There's so many options in reference to having consistent, let's say, for example, out of this 20, which I'm going to teach a little bit now, then I got to get out of here. Let's say you got one brokerage company, just one real estate broker, RE broker. Just one. And it's a good one. How many deals do you think that they just throw away because people don't qualify? A lot. And then how many individuals who do qualify and they need down payment money? A lot. So this one broker could potentially send you 10. You think 10 clients a month is too much a month, Rodney?
Negative, Mr. C. No way.
So that means that's half of your 20. So that means every month from one broker, this is just a simple theoretical example, you got 5,000 of your $10,000 coming in. Ain't nothing like having automatic money coming in.
Especially automatic $5,000, $5,000, 10 grand.
Okay, you got 2 brokers that's sending you 10 deals a month. 10 and 10, that's just off of 2 brokers. Okay, we won't say 2, 4 brokers, 5 apiece. 10 grand. Not counting how many organizations when you go to events, that adds to it. Not counting your 2 businesses a day brings financial freedom your way. Not counting all that. You understand? When Deborah was a wholesaler, that's what she did. She wholesaled and she went to different brokers and they sent her business every month. That's what we're going to teach. Is it a grind? Yeah. But ain't nothing like having that. Your month, you know you got a range between 10 to 20 grand. Ain't nothing like that. Ain't nothing like that. That is an incredible feeling. And then when it gets too hectic, you hire somebody. So let's say out of your 10-hour day, you spend 2 or 3 hours just going to set up a brokerage account, a car dealership. Just, you're not doing it all day. It's just fun. Then you go look at your units because that's your real estate property. And don't forget, in the morning you wake up and do day trading. But all of this is based on the premise of empowering your community. Think about this, Roddy. People making 10, 15, 20 grand a month empowering their community. How cool is that?
That's incredible, Mr. C.
Sounds like cause and effect and reap what you sow will be on your side. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have that many individuals going to Nipsey Hussle's funeral because he didn't empower his community. You understand? And you don't think his family is blessed because of it? Trusts are already set up. Their business is going like insane now, as it should. Cause and effect, and you reap what you sow. I don't care what no one says. It's still the main key to success and wealth. So on the 27th, we're going to end early, but on the 27th, we are really, on the 26th is free. Guys, get as many people to breakthrough2018.info and register. Let me teach you a technique. We always email, like young ladies on now. You know, take the information and share it. But if you take them to, don't just say go to Breakthrough, take them there. Make sure they sign up. Why? Because we automatically do emails out. We do email marketing. So we're marketing on your behalf. You can't beat that. You can't beat that with a baseball bat, meaning we're emailing your people. And they can stop the email whenever they want, just so you know. So it's not like they're obligated to it. So we're assisting you to making this. See, the problem, people want to make this without the knowledge. People want to make this without the strategy. People want to make this without the resources. People want to make this without the tools. People want to make this without the execution. Bottom line, people want to make this without having to work. They're just hoping that the money will come or wishing that their money will come. But they don't have a true desire, a burning desire to make it come. When you get that burning desire, it doesn't matter what it is. When you implement it in your mind and you put will behind it, you can succeed. But the blessing that everyone has is you ain't got to figure it out. It's all mapped out. You ain't got to figure it out. It's all mapped out. You don't have to figure it out. It's all mapped out. You just got to plug in and go to work. And I end by saying this. The odds are higher that you're going to make 6 figures. And even if you're already making 6 figures, now you can make 7. But the odds are higher that you'll make 6 figures creator money. So there's a difference between 6 figures you're working a job and they pay you a salary, then 6 figures when you're creating your income and you got multiple revenue streams. That's a different, because remember, that's just 6 figures, 10,000 a month. We ain't talking about the other revenue streams. We're just focusing on this. It's different when you have creator money and you have the creator mentality to have multiple revenue streams, as we call it, multiple revenue stream economics. That's the lesson for today. I hope you learned something. We're going to see everybody on 26, which is free, and 27. Make sure you pay your 99. Got some great information about the PPN. And our whole goal is even to have at least a couple people pre-qualified for the 660. They're close, and we're excited about it. 3 types of individuals in this world. People make things happen, people watch things happen, and people say what happened. Be blessed. We'll see you at the top.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life.